Roll call has been taken. We have a quorum. Hopefully, I see everybody eventually got their packets.
I got it today.
Me too. And Matt's shaking his head. So hopefully you've had a chance to peruse and look over the material. Look for a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Motion.
Motion by Leo, second by Dennis. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. On the same line of thinking, meeting the minutes from August 19th. Any additions or corrections or changes? Hearing none, look for a motion to approve the minutes as printed.
So
Motion by Dennis,
No second.
second by Travis. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak to something that is not? Okay. Okay. So, public hearing, we have Michael Ward doing business as Benchmark Builders as a request for a variance. The applicant is seeking approval of a variance to reduce the road right-of-way setback for an attached garage at 21639 162nd Avenue, Barnesville, Minnesota, on parcel 16.070.0050 in lot 005, block 001, Pearl View Estates, section 27, township 11379N, range 45W, Humboldt Township. I'm looking for a motion to open the public hearing.
Make a motion.
Motion by Leo. Second by Dennis. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion is carried. Public hearing is open. Take it away, Matt.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a point of clarification, it's a road center line setback is the variance request. So this property is located east of Barnesville in the Pearl View State subdivision off of Highway 34. All the properties are zoned Ag General. It's a residential property with a single-family dwelling and a detached garage. They're looking to place an attached garage about 66 feet from the road center line. That minimum road center line setback for a local township road is 90 feet. The current garage would be converted to part of the house, so you can see the attached garage right here. This is the practical difficulty that was provided by the applicant. Power, sewer, water make construction elsewhere virtually impossible. A garage addition to the west encroaches on the side boundary setback and makes passage to an existing detached garage more difficult. So really just not a lot of room on the side here. And then you've got your gas, well, electrical kind of around the house here, and then septic as well. So they're looking at adding right here. That would be the garage. This would be converted to as part of the dwelling and about 66 feet from the road center line. Their existing garage is about 637 square feet. The detached garage in the back is 837 square feet. Just looking at the subdivision, currently all the structures on every lot in the subdivision do meet or exceed setbacks. And just to note that there was a variance denied in 2020 to construct an attached garage 60 feet from the road center line. And the board at that time gave the variance would alter the essential character of the locality. I should note that variances are not precedent setting, so just because that variance was denied, it was unique to that property, and this property is a different situation, different circumstance. So just a closer look at that right here. So this is the property here, and their property is about 98, it's about 100 feet off the setback right now, or the road center line right now as it stands. Really, the one goal in our comprehensive plan related to this would just be to maintain and operate a safe, accessible, efficient transportation system in Clay County. 66 feet would be a 27% reduction. It doesn't really appear that it would impact any sight lines at all. I did speak with the county engineer because the county does provide maintenance and snow removal on this property or on this road, and he said that there wouldn't be any issue from a road maintenance perspective, just due to the slow speeds on the road. Plows aren't really throwing out a lot of snow. So ultimately, as with every variance request, you just really need to go through that practical difficulty, and if it meets that three-factor test, the property owner proposes to use the property in a reasonable manner, not permitted by an official control. The plight of the landowner is due to circumstances unique to the property, not created by the landowner, and the variance, if granted, will not alter the essential character of the locality. Any questions for me at all?
Is it like a 24 by 24?
I'll defer to the applicant on that.
Just more curious, it doesn't look like there's, looking at your blue map here, it doesn't look like the whole garage is really in it, obviously, but I'm curious how much of it is in it.
You will have a chance, just instant.
It would essentially, the garage addition would extend up to this lighter blue line. So the dark blue is the 90-foot setback, and then the lighter color is the 66-foot setback.
Center line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else have questions for Matt? Hearing none, would the applicant care to speak? And please introduce yourself or state your name for the record.
Sure. My name is Michael Ward with doing business as Benchmark Builders, representing Mr. Kyle Schmidt, the landowner here. Just to answer the question, the proposed dwelling or garage would be 26 feet wide, roughly 32 and a half feet deep. So I think we're currently roughly 8 feet away from that current setback. So, the new, sorry, I can't do the math in my head. The new garage would be encroaching into that setback by 24 feet, roughly. Does that make sense? And one consideration we had discussed at one point extending the proposed garage to the west. And initially talking about that, we thought, well, there still might be some room if we went to the west and encroached on that western boundary, that he could still possibly, maneuver around the garage to get to his existing garage in the back or back a trailer up. And when I was on the county GIS website, if we were to maintain that same proposed dimension and just going to the west, we would actually be pretty much right on the property line, because as the property lies now, it seems like there's more room there than there is, and without throwing the landowner under the bus, I think he's actually encroaching on his neighbor's property as it is with some of his landscaping. So building a comparable dimension garage going towards that western boundary would put us right on the property line and makes access to that existing garage impossible.
Go back to your map. That one there.
And ultimately, the garage would be finished as like it was built with the house. You won't be able to tell.
That's correct.
Have you had any feedback from your neighbors?
Have you had any feedback from your neighbors, Kyle?
I had the neighbor directly. Kyle Schmidt, landowner. Ernie, directly to the west of us, talked to him about it. He didn't have an issue with it. Corey O'Leary, in the northwest corner, on the outside loop there, he's on the township board. He asked about it and he didn't have any issues with it, from talking with him. My neighbor, John, to the east one, no issues with that. He doesn't have an issue with it, and I had talked to Tony and Janelle. Janelle at the gas station, she asked, because we had been talking about it for a while, and she'd asked kind of where it's at, and I explained to her that we would want to put the garage out going north, and she didn't seem to have an issue with it either.
Well, if we've made it to this point, all the neighbors would have gotten a letter too, right?
Yeah, we didn't hear anything from the township or any.
And there's no one in the
neighbors.
audience?
No.
So,
Anyone else have questions for the potential builder and landowner? Leo, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you. Hearing no other questions for Matt or the landowner or builder, look for motion to close the public hearing.
Make a motion.
Motion by Leo,
I'll second.
second by Travis. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Public hearing is closed. Now we need to work through our findings of fact. Is granting the variance in harmony with the general purposes and intent of the Clay County Land Development Code?
Yes.
Is the requested variance consistent with the Clay County Comprehensive Land Use?
Yes.
Yes.
Does the applicant establish that there are practical difficulties in complying with the strict letter of the Clay County Land Development Code by demonstrating the applicant proposes to use the property in a reasonable manner, not permitted by official control? Let's see. How
Yes.
is this? Exceptional or extraordinary circumstances apply to the property that do not apply generally to other properties in the same district or vicinity, and which result from lot size, shape, topography, or other circumstances over which a landowner has no control or influence. Granting the variance will not alter the essential character of the property's locality. Practical difficulties, as used in connection with granting of a variance, mean that the property owner proposes to use the property in a reasonable manner not permitted by an official control. The plight of the landowner is due to circumstances unique to the property, not created by the landowner, and the variance, if granted, will not alter the essential character of the locality. Economic considerations alone do not constitute a practical difficulty. Variances shall be granted for earth-sheltered construction as defined in section 216C.06 subdivision 14 when in harmony with the local official controls.
Say yes.
And I would say yes. Would the literal interpretation of the provisions of the Clay County Land Development Code deprive the right of the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by other properties in the same district under the terms of this ordinance.
Yes.
Is the variance being granted the minimum variance that would alleviate the practical difficulty?
Yes.
Yes.
Does the variance request meet all the below criteria? No variance shall be granted where any of the following conditions are not met. Adequate sewage treatment systems or water supply can be provided.
Yes.
Yes.
The plight of the landowner or the hardship is not due to circumstances created by the landowner.
Yes.
Yes.
The variance would not allow a use that is not already allowed in the zoning district.
Yes.
Yes.
There would be no significant adverse effect on public health or safety.
Yes.
Staff has put some conditions on here. Conditions may be imposed in the granting of a variance. A condition must be directly related to and must bear rough proportionality to the impact created by the variance. Condition 1, the garage must not be closer than 66 feet from the road center line.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one to
Mm-hmm.
put in there. You know, I know we've had a few come through here where there was concerns about getting too close to that road, considering like plowing and stuff like that, and like you're saying, they'd like to wing it off the road and stuff like that, but in a development like this, you can kind of see everyone's got extra garages here and there, and just kind of looking at that dark blue line, light blue line, there were a few other houses that were, it looked like they were darn close in that dark blue, so it wouldn't be,
There's nothing new to that subdivision.
yeah, and obviously the plow going through there's not going 40, 50 miles an hour. So there, pardon me? Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised that plow's maybe going 20, 30 miles an hour through there as it is.
Yeah, and Mr. Chair, that's essentially what I had heard from our county engineer. Be a different story if it was maybe on the straighter part of the road, or if this was a county road
Yeah.
or a county, or even a township road where the speed limit's 55 miles per hour.
Yeah, or even you have considerations of agricultural equipment coming through there and dust and all that kind of stuff, and obviously there's not gonna be anything agricultural coming through there, so.
I agree, it's. Okay, so any other discussion or questions or comments? Hearing none, look for a motion to approve or deny
I'll make a motion to approve.
with condition 1.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion by Leo to approve the variance with condition number 1,
I'll second.
and a second by Travis. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion is carried, variance is granted. Any unfinished business, Matt?
Nothing for me, Mr. Chair, unless someone else has something.
Okay, new business?
Same with new business.
Okay, well, I guess hearing no unfinished or old or new business, I look for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Motion by Leo, second by Dennis. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion is carried. Meeting is closed. Thanks, everyone.